scene. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You.
I got one question for y'all. Do y'all think Tory Lanez is innocent, or do you think he guilty? Leave it in the comments. Secondly, if Tory Lanez is innocent, what does this mean for Megan Thee Stallion? Third, if Tory Lanez is innocent, doesn't this make us just as bad as the justice system because we judge this man just as bad as the jurors did, just as bad as everybody else that pegged him because they felt some type of way about him or they didn't like him or he just wasn't a person? You feel what I'm saying? And I think I played a role in that too because I was just as bad. I thought he did this. I'm not going to sit here and say, no, I didn't think Tory did it. No, I didn't. I felt like he did it too. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was full of that Ciroc. When it kicked in, I felt like he started acting like Diddy. He on the Sprinter van with a couple bad bras, Megan Thee Stallion being one of them. So I'm thinking, hey, the Ciroc then kicked in. Something jumped off on the bus. Tory said, hey, I'm that nigga. Whip out, 555. She come off the bus. She hit up. Okay. Now, that's where I may have been wrong. I wasn't on that Sprinter. We weren't on that Sprinter. So the only people that know the truth in this situation will be Tory Lanez, her friend, Megan Thee Stallion, and the other people that was on that Sprinter, right? But the truth will come out, and I feel like it's coming out, and we finna get into it in this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Only grown folks allowed. The only place you can come get celebrity news and adult conversation. As of recent, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna demanding Governor Newsom pardons Tory Lanez. Now, why would you think that is? If Tory Lanez was as guilty as we thought he was, or they say he is, or Meg said he was, why would somebody be trying to get him out on a pardon all of a sudden, right? Now, before you respond, really ask yourself that question. Because there's some things in this Tory case that we got to get into, that you got to understand, that may help you realize that Tory may have been railroaded in this case. Let's get into it.
You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and forged the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Tough and Alex Bott, and then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want, listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a father. See, I am a father of thousands around the world.
Now, we saw his dad speak, and he was passionate about what he said at the same time. And I think that's anybody's family, that's anybody's parents, when they see their kid, grown or young, going through something like that, where your freedom is at risk of being taken away from you, right? And you're a provider for your family. So I understood where Tory's father was coming from and how he felt, but that don't mean at that particular time we felt like he was right, because we may not have understood everything that was going on in the case. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we do understand that Meg had lawyers that were provided by some type of situation by way of Rock Nation. And Tory's father is insinuating that Rock Nation's legal team assisted with the Justice Department in railroading Tory Lanez in this case. And is he wrong for feeling like that? We don't know. But it's some things starting to happen. Now you see this congresswoman is coming out and she demanded that a governor pardons Tory Lanez. That's not for no reason. When Meg's friend, that we also know allegedly Tory hit her, got immunity to actually testify in the case or whatever it may be, right? Let me just be specific on immunity, right? The only people that need immunity when a trial is going on is somebody that could possibly get in trouble in the situation that they are sitting on the stand in the first place for. So the immunity comes in to secure the fact that you can get up here and tell your truth and you ain't got to worry about getting in no trouble in this particular situation, right? No one needs that if you innocent. Once again, I also thought this man did it. Now, fast forward, Tory goes to jail. Now, he was already in the process of going through some things so he could appeal and try to get back in the court systems to prove himself innocent of this situation. But it also was a lot of things that was going on that made him look suspect, like the whole texting Meg and apologizing to a jury. That looks like you did it, because what are you apologizing for? Something that you didn't do? You see what I'm saying? So it may have been some things that were inconvenient regarding Tory Lanez, but no DNA is one thing. It just was so many things that was against Tory, and I think we may be watching an innocent man go through the things that he's been going through, and he's been placed in these level 4 prisons. He around a lot of violent people. It's a lot of politics going on in California prison system. And Tory has to adapt to that. So if we're talking about an innocent man, we're talking about an innocent man that was stripped of his freedom, sentenced to a long term. And as of recently, getting into an altercation in prison led to him being poked up 14 times, both lungs collapsed, wounds to the back of the head, wounds to the face. You see what I'm saying? He recovering now. Get well, Tory Lanez. And the sad part about this, right? Now check this out. People been donating money to this man. Mind you, this man is locked up for life. He also is a pretty. And we got people sending this man money. So this is what I mean by we just as bad as the jury sometimes. Because if this man is innocent and then he ends up getting poked up by somebody in an altercation in prison, and then people support that man that did it because they don't like Tory Lanez, because they feel like Tory Lanez did this to Megan. So what happens when it comes out that this man is innocent? So y'all wished that somebody unalived this man. Y'all wished that this man stayed in prison for the rest of his life. Y'all wished him away from his family. And he might be innocent. What apology could you possibly give this man if you judged him wrong? And I think we all might have judged him wrong. And we really finna see, because it's a lot of things going on. And if you don't understand the politics of California prison system, and the things that go on in prison in California, and for an R&B singer from Canada to be placed in a California prison system for something he may be innocent of, then you'll understand why it's allegations of Tory Lanez choosing a side, allegedly being a gangster crip, allegedly. So you intriguing yourself by joining the politics and involving yourself in politics that may endanger your life. But we also have allegations out there too, where people saying this could have been a setup. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Only Grown Folks Allowed. We have a grown folk conversation right now. We all know how females get when they feel a certain type of way about you, out of anger, out of feeling some type of way about you, in bitterness and pettiness. They'll do certain things. And we don't know how serious the fallout was between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez on that Sprinter, but evidently it was serious enough for Meg to cry and point the finger at Tory for being the person that turned her into a victim, and carry that allegation out and see it through all the way until Tory got his freedom taken away from him. So if it comes out that she lied this whole time, how are we supposed to feel about Megan Thee Stallion? And how y'all gonna feel now about Tory Lanez if he's an innocent man? These are questions I want to know from the public, because I still see two sides of the fence where the majority still think Tory did this. But there's so many things that's coming out that's showing he may have not did this. So if he didn't do this, Is that bad energy y'all had for Tory Lanez gonna reflect on Meg the Stallion now because she put a nigga in a place he shouldn't have been in, stripped him away from his family, took his freedom, messed his money up, his ties to certain things in the industry? It's important because at the end of the day, we judge this man the same as the jury did in the justice system because we thought this nigga did it. And it's a possibility he didn't do it at all. So when the truth come out, and if the truth stands, he did it, then he where he need to be. But if the nigga didn't do it, that means he went through all this over something he didn't do. How can Megan Thee Stallion ever repay Tory Lanez back for that? Ever. You can't put a price tag on freedom. You can't put a price tag on suffering. If Tory did this to Meg, he deserved to suffer. But if he didn't, I feel like she need to suffer because he had to suffer in the process of proving he was innocent. So once again, let me know what y'all think. Was Tory Lanez wrongfully accused? Was Tory Lanez set up, railroaded, blackballed, bamboozled, tricked out his spot? And if so, why? What was the real reason? I want to know. If you know, let me know in the comments. Put me on game. Only Grown Folks Allowed, the only place where you can come get the celebrity news and adult conversation in one pot of stew. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here.